Welcome to another edition of Philly Statline, your high-frequency deep dive into the numbers moving the needle in Philadelphia sports. It's Saturday, July 4th, 2026. Happy Independence Day, Philly. So, while the entire city is out celebrating our nation's massive 250th anniversary milestone, the local sports scene is providing plenty of absolute fireworks of its own. I'm super thrilled to guide you through this explainer today because we've got major front office signatures reshaping the basketball roster, defensive deep dives on the football field, and a grueling summer homestand testing the structural depth of the baseball diamond. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our starting lineup for today. 1. The Phillies mid-season roller coaster. 2. A high-frequency roster reset for the Sixers. 3. An Eagles defensive trench deep dive. And 4. Some Flyers post-draft evaluation data. Section 1. Phillies mid-season roller coaster. Down at Citizens Bank Park, interim manager Don Mattingly's squad just wrapped up a critical 4-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And, wow, it proved to be an absolute roller coaster of run production. The week opened on Monday, June 29th, with a really tough defensive setback, as the Phillies dropped an 11-7 slugfest. But, the real mark of this Mattingly era has been immediate tactical correction. On Tuesday, the 30th, the pitching staff responded with absolute brilliance, executing a flawless 8-0 shutout victory. They carried that momentum directly into Wednesday night, riding a highly efficient offensive display to a 10-6 win. However, baseball's relentless nature kind of caught up to them on Thursday afternoon, as the Pirates flipped the script to take this series finale in a 6-1 decision. It perfectly captures the unpredictable, up-and-down nature of their current stretch. But when you take a step back and examine the broader divisional metrics, this number right here is absolutely crucial. 44. The Phillies sit at a highly respectable 44-37 record overall. That establishes them firmly at 7 games over the 500 mark. The major analytical engine keeping them steady amidst all this volatility? It's their explosive run scoring at home, which consistently gives them a chance to win every single night. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the 1.75 ERA. This comes directly from the top of the rotation, and it acts as the vital counterweight balancing out their explosive offense. You see, you just can't survive a roller coaster season on bats alone. You need stabilizing pitching, and an improving 1.75 ERA from your aces is exactly the kind of foundational metric that keeps a team competitive in a grueling summer stretch. The Fightin' Phils hit the road this morning, traveling out to Kauffman Stadium to kick off a 3-game holiday weekend set against the Kansas City Royals. First pitch is scheduled for 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, and we'll see if that elite top-of-the-rotation pitching travels with them. Section 2. Sixers High-Frequency Roster Reset. Switching to the basketball side of South Philly, new president of basketball operations Mike Gansey has wasted absolutely zero time. The headliner of the opening week of NBA free agency is this massive, tactical blockbuster move, trading star wing Paul George to the Oklahoma City Thunder in a direct exchange for all-star guard Jaylen Brown. This is a monumental front office shakeup that completely shifts the dynamic of the starting lineup and signals a highly aggressive approach to the upcoming season. So the crucial point is how the rest of the financial puzzle fits together around that blockbuster trade. Gansey locked in a 4-year, $38.7 million contract with versatile floor spacing forward Dean Wade, alongside adding raw frontcourt depth by signing big man Ariel Hukporti. Wade's deal is a literal masterstroke of cap management. It starts with a highly strategic base salary of exactly $9 million for the 2026-2027 season, utilizing a 5% annual raise structure just to preserve long-term financial flexibility. To make the math actually work, the Sixers officially said goodbye to veteran pieces Kelly Oubre Jr. and Quentin Grimes. This swift, high-frequency roster reset signals an aggressive pivot toward elite spot-up perimeter efficiency and highly functional wing depth. Section 3, Eagles Defensive Trench Deep Dive. Over on the gridiron, senior defensive assistant Clint Hurt provided a fascinating deep dive into the trenches this week, expressing immense excitement over the sheer physical firepower he now has at his disposal. The core metrics of optimism here rest on 3 key pillars. First, we've got the massive developmental leap of the interior combination of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Second, the rapid growth of Moro Ojomo. And third, the offensive front working overtime to master the new technical concepts introduced by coach Chris Cooper. Jeff Stoutland's coaching staff is pairing this raw defensive potential with an incredibly technical offensive line, creating literal iron sharpens iron matchups every single day in practice. But the absolute wild card of the summer tracker is 7th-round draft selection Ukar Bernard. I really want you to take in this quote.
Standing at a towering 6'4" and weighing a massive 306 pounds, the Nigerian-born defensive tackle represents an elite, raw athletic canvas. The fact that he had quite literally never put on a football helmet prior to stepping onto the field at the NovaCare complex this spring is staggering. It highlights the front office's willingness to invest in sheer, unadulterated physical upside and trust their development staff to mold him into a weapon.
Tying all these gridiron moves together is this massive figure, $301.2 million. All 8 members of the 2026 draft class, including wideout Mekhi Lemon and massive tackle Markel Bell, are officially signed. This means the financial architecture is now completely locked into the team's $301.2 million salary cap structure. The pieces are officially on the board, the money is allocated, and the focus shifts entirely to on-field execution. Section 4. Flyers. Post-draft evaluation data. In this brilliantly illustrates what's happening on the ice. Following the NHL entry draft, the analytics staff is currently armed with a deep pool of development data from their 98-point season and their second-round playoff appearance. Their primary focus right now is figuring out exactly how to translate all those off-season conditioning metrics into high-speed transition volume when the squad finally gathers in September. They're basically using past success to mathematically blueprint future speed and endurance. That is your Philly Statline wrap-up for the week of July 4th, 2026. The rosters are transforming, the trenches are retooling, and the Phils are ready to spark some holiday fireworks in Kansas City. So I leave you with this question to think about. With all these major analytical shifts and massive physical upgrades, which Philly team will spark the biggest fireworks this year? While you ponder that, remember that the summer heat is officially here, but true Philly fandom never takes a holiday. Whether you're tracking the run differential metrics out on the road, analyzing the financial apron space of Gansey's new free agency contracts, or breaking down the trenches for training camp, do it in the best streetwear in the city. Shop the latest identity-driven athletic gear and Philly-inspired designs over at inq.shop/product category/Philly streetwear. Stay analytical, enjoy the holiday, and keep learning.